This is a case from my direct messages. Subscribers write to me with different questions. Sometimes it happens that we're in the same city in Kazan and I can invite someone to be a model for content. And today I have a case like this for you, but the thing is my model doesn't know exactly under what circumstances this happened. She can't pinpoint when it happened, but something occurred and the nail ended up like this. The problem is that it doesn't grow back, and at the same time it also curls and grows, meaning it constantly goes into the skin. And today we are going to do the treatment. In this case, I'm using a diamond burr. Mine is from Kazan Medical Instrumental Plant. That's the Kazan Burr Factory. It has an unusual shape. It's called a pear, but basically the idea is that it looks like a ball, but at the same time it has an elongated base. This shape of burr is very convenient for this kind of cleaning. My sample is blue, but there are black and green ones too. It removes unnecessary parts of the nail plate very well and in large amounts, so it works quickly. So that the next bit doesn't get clogged and works smoothly, I used manicure talc. I almost always work with talc because it's a product that protects and takes care of my bits. Next, I have a bit with a sharp tip like this, also from Kazan Medical Instrumental Plant, and I use this bit to work on hard to reach areas. Next, we assess the problem and see the nail is growing like a small house, very thick, twisted and dry, so I can't really reach it. That's why I'm going to use a product from Domix that helps soften the nail plate. We apply just a couple of drops with massaging movements. I spread this product over the nail plate. It's seeped into all the grooves under the nails, and after that the nail plate becomes a bit more flexible. I think it's clearly visible in the video. So we can gently lift the corners, and here I'm showing my model that the corners should actually be in a completely different place. But since everything is twisted, of course, we're going to fix it. We decided to install a correction system here, and it will be a titanium thread. First, I applied a product called Belobon, well, to put it simply, a special base coat, dried it with a special lamp, and then I installed the titanium thread itself. I put a drop of composite, place one drop, immerse the thread in it, cure it, and then additionally secure it on top with another little bead, and also cure everything with a special lamp. And I will do the same thing on the other side. But here, of course, it will be a little more difficult, because I will need to secure this titanium thread and calculate everything correctly so that its length is enough to provide the necessary tension. For this, I use a special tool that cuts the wire. So these are not some manicure clippers, it's a really special tool. Later, I will also use an additional tool. Honestly, I don't know what it's called. Basically, it's a special stick that I use to press the titanium wire and cure the composite. It's a tool that lets me hold what I need to hold, because I can't do it with my finger. Naturally, the composite didn't set completely evenly because my holding stick was there. You can do this with either an orange stick or a curette. I add the missing amount of composite, and on top I use a ball so it doesn't stick out or catch on anything. I file it down, and if you degrease the composite and wipe everything, the burr will work perfectly. We anticipated possible clogs from the stickiness, so everything went smoothly. It's important to always use a special base when placing the titanium thread, otherwise the thread will simply peel off and we need it to last until the end. And since we have quite serious tendencies for twisting and ingrowth, I decided to use a little tamponade on the corners because we need them to grow further forward, and tamponade helps with that. I slightly lifted the corners, and with the help of the titanium thread, I provided tension. And now, as the nail plate grows, it will be easier for it to grow out. In other words, it will be able to move along its path quite easily during the process. By the way, my tools are from Nippon Nippers. Right now I'm using the P20 curette. It's my favorite, probably my most beloved tool in podology, although maybe it's not entirely fair to say that. I also love straight cutting nippers, but the curette is a real must-have, especially for working with tamponade. Right now I'm fixing the tamponade itself and also drying it with a lamp. And our work is almost done at this point, meaning we send our model off to let it grow out. By the way, I'll show you how the finger looks at the end. I want to say that this work was done on August 30th or 29th, somewhere around that time, and now the finger looks like this. Today is September 18th. So far, this is the progress we have, and I consider it successful. You can share your opinion in the comments or tell us about your experiences, for example. Maybe something like this has happened to you. It's important not to forget to apply oil to the nail every day, preferably even twice a day. So you need to tell the client about this. As always, I have oil from Domex and it's needed to keep the nail plate elastic and moisturized. This way it will be easier to correct.